A-SHO, look, my friend, thank you so much for coming down and doing this interview with me. First, I got to ask you, man, how does it feel being part of this music industry? The fact that as we're speaking today, Grammy Awards have been announced. There's a lot of Canadians who have been nominated, a couple from Toronto too. Man, this could be something that could be your future, whether it be Grammys, Juno Awards, but most importantly, how does it feel representing Canadian music in your style?
Yes, sir. I couldn't be more excited right now to be a Canadian on the come up right now. Daniel Caesar, we got Ruth B, we got, obviously the usual suspects, Drake, Bieber, The Weeknd, have all been huge influences for me, so just to be part of that scene right now is super exciting.
Look, man, I want to talk about this new single, but before we get into that, I need to talk about the career because you're a Torontonian, right?
So I'm originally from Montreal, but
okay, then the interview's over with, man. I don't. No kidding, love Montreal. So originally from Montreal.
Right, originally from Montreal, but I've officially moved to Toronto now, so doing music full time right here in the heart of Toronto.
What's it like in Montreal, man? Because I know I've talked to a lot of people in Montreal, even Quebec itself. That whole music scene is a completely different island from everywhere else in Canada.
Yeah, totally. So there's a big French music influence over there, but at the same time, there's a big dance music hub in Montreal, and that's kind of what influenced my sound as well. So I'm excited to kind of showcase that vibe and that sound to the rest of the world.
So I want to get into growing up, though, man. What were you doing? Were you like, did your parents give you like little instruments or whatever to play? Like, how did it all work, or were you DJing too?
Yeah. So believe it or not, so my mom was a singer. So she pretty much taught me, just the basics, and then I ended up joining an a cappella group in university, and that's kind of what allowed me to kind of like learn how to write songs and learn how to like perform and stuff like that.
What was it like to do the a cappella stuff? I always wish I could have done that as a kid. Most people look at it as, oh, he's doing the Glee thing or whatever else, though. But really, what did that help you with? You talked about the songwriting, but vocally and again, just being able to read music and stuff like that too.
Yeah, so that's really what allowed me to realize that like that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So getting that rush of, just being on stage and just performing, and at the same time having only vocals when there's no instruments, it really forces you to like really like fine-tune your technique and fine-tune your melodies and your harmonies and understanding, like hearing where your notes are and stuff like that. So it was really a good experience. I couldn't have asked for a better way to start. But
there was also, man, we're talking the beats. Yeah. When did that start to work in for you, and what sort of, again, were you using turntables? Were you like, I want to get into that too, the techno side to things?
Right. So I was not a DJ myself, but I've been working and I've always been surrounded by tons of DJs, tons of producers in the dance music scene out in Montreal, and heavily influenced. And I'm always one to try to push the sound design in my songs. So like a lot of the guys I've been working with, like they're very, I don't know if you've heard of Kaytranada, or Flume, or these guys, like sound design is a very important thing, and we kind of have I've been working with just a bunch of different producers working on pushing the envelope forward in dance music right now.
Because I was going to say, again, I want to get to the single. You seem to have we're talking dance music, but you still have this R&B flavor, soul, that's connected with that. How did you put the two together? Because most of the time when I think of EDM or whatever, I'm thinking about boom, boom, boom. But, I can understand now when you're talking about the vocal parts, you can hear it in your music. The vocal part is really, really important. And it's not about just the thud, 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 but there's this layer of music, man, that just kind of strives through your soul.
Totally, yeah. I appreciate that. So yeah, I've been heavily influenced by like The Weeknd, Miguel, even like old school acts like Seal, Earth, Wind and Fire, and that's kind of what has influenced my sound, and like that's what I grew up listening to, and just like that falsetto kind of vulnerable kind of sound is really what I've been gravitating towards, and we found like a cool moment right now where I'm able to use this and put that on top of dance music, and it's kind of creating something that's unique, right?
Did it surprise you that people were digging it the way they were?
Yeah, definitely a little bit, but you just do what you feel you're vibing to, right? And then if you enjoy it and you like it and you feel like it's authentic, other people usually can gravitate towards it as well, right?
When did you gravitate from Montreal to Toronto, and then how did that help also with your music career? Yeah,
so that's just happened recently. I just moved to Toronto last month.
Last month? Oh, okay.
Very fresh, yeah. But it's exciting. Toronto is the hub for music in all of Canada, right?
Yeah. You hear that, Montreal? Okay.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I love Montreal. I can't go wrong. But I mean, there's just on the business end as well. Like, there's just a lot more drivers here to push the music industry forward.
How do you think, though, like, what do you want to do with that then? You're here in Toronto. Is it be more shows? Is hooking up with more people? Is it collaborations that you're hoping?
Yeah, hopefully a lot more collaborations. But the label's here, Sony's here, so shout out to them. Number one.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but let's get into that, man. When did Sony approach you? Because, Sony only goes after the best of the best, man. If they got you, there's got to be something in that.
I'm super humbled and blessed to have, connected with them. So I actually ended up going to CMW, Canadian Music Week, last year, and just connected with one of the reps there, had a one-on-one session and showed them my music, and one thing led to another, and now we're here. Yep.
Look, man, you just don't go one, no, you don't say it that way, man. We're talking Sony music here. When you finally made the deal, I mean, what were your thoughts? Like, this must have been a dream come true for you.
Totally. I guess it's been something I've been working towards, to be honest. I've been at it for like 2 or 3 years now. I've been releasing music on various independent labels, and just kind of been doing everything I can to just get my numbers up on Spotify, really, because that's kind of been the new trend. So yeah, basically at Canadian Music Week, I felt like I had enough of a story to present, right? And then next thing you know, they dug it, and they dug the project, and they dug the single "Feel Something" as well.
You just upped a lot of artists who are going to be really pushing out to be at CMW for what's happening with you here. Let's talk about the new single. What's the single and what's it about, man?
Yes, sir. Feel Something. Very personal song, but with a layer that kind of anybody can relate to. So I feel like these days, our generation and basically there's just the social media has taken over our world, right? And everyone's living through their phones. And we're so connected virtually, but we're not connected as much as like humans anymore. So it's a song about human connection, and essentially it's a conversation between me and somebody else that I'm trying to have a human connection with, right?
I'm just curious, how did that come up for you? Because I know one of the things that always bothers me is when you go to shows, a lot of people these days, again, they're not watching the show. They've got their phones up. They're looking through there. Even meeting people, there's not even that one-on-one, hey, how you doing, meeting wherever. It's on Facebook or whatever else. Hey, my name is, and then you're reading their bio. Did that sort of influence you in this song?
100%. It's insane how, like, now every moment that we live, we just have to have our phone out, and we have to be, Instagramming it, tweeting it, and whatnot. It's a positive and a negative at the same time. I understand, like, marketing and getting your brand out is important, like with whatever you want to do in life. But when it's just like, you're just tweeting it to your friends or Instagramming to your friends, like, I think sometimes it's important to just be in the moment and just enjoy, like, if you're watching a show especially, enjoy the moment and feel what the message the artist is trying to convey, right?
Okay, so we're talking about a single right now, but is there going to be a B, C, D single that maybe will be hooked up with an EP or album in 2018?
100%, brother. That is the goal. I have a few singles that are locked and loaded, ready to go. That'll be out in early 2018 as well, and hopefully we'll be leading up to an EP as well.
Okay, cross fingers on that. Any chance we're going to see you at any shows? Any chance we might see you maybe at the Juno Awards or anything like that?
It's all a work in progress right now. So right now I'm just trying to get the music out. I'm trying to develop as a songwriter, especially. But 100% the shows are on the way, and we'll keep you guys posted.
What advice can you give some of the other indie artists who are out there now, doing what you're doing, trying to get out there, because you're one of the lucky few, man, who got signed by Sony Music, who followed, it wasn't just about putting your music up on YouTube. You were out there performing live and stuff like that. What advice can you give them?
Yeah, so to any up-and-coming acts these days, first of all, you want to make sure that whatever your sound is, like, you're comfortable with it and you're confident in it, and it can fit, not necessarily fit the mold, but it can fit into a specific genre. And once you have that, then you're money, and you're confident in it. And from there, you need to network, and you need to get out there, and you need to show your music to as many people as possible, and find ways of marketing it online, because that's what people are looking at these days, especially on Spotify.
There you go, man. Website, Twitter, all that social media stuff. Where do we go to follow you?
Yes, sir. A-SHO official, and check me out: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, I'm not a big social media person, but obviously we're here and we gotta promote the brand. So yeah, let's do it. check me out on socials.
Sounds great, my friend. Look, thank you so much. As we speak, happy holidays, and cross fingers, man. We talk again in 2018 with an EP album, or who knows, man? Maybe some nominations down the road.
Hey, pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Rudy. It's been awesome.